Hi everyone, and good morning from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we are here at the Minnesota State Fair. I have never been to the State Fair before. I've heard nothing but good things. It's incredibly popular. There's something around 2 million guests in under 2 weeks. So as you can see, there's a lot of people here. In this video, we're gonna show you everything the fair has to offer. A lot of the food, the rides, the entertainment, everything there is to see here, everything we see in one day. I go by the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend, Molly.
I like how they have a new foods map and beer food.
Yes.
Or beer map.
And look at this just sea of humanity here at the fair. Let's go explore. Of course, the giant state fair has to have rides and the big midway. This next
probably
section,
the hottest section of the fair.
Yeah, there's no trees over here, but some crazy rides. Let's check out the rides. This one here is Air Max. Oh, they're gonna go all the way over. I think they're gonna go all the way over. Maybe on this one? No, not on that one. There they go. Oh! Two rides going, the Tornado and the Kite Flyer. Here's an interesting ride called the Storm. You're on a big platform and that moves. Then you're on a platform with two of them and that one moves. And then you're on one with this herself and that one moves. I also like that the Storm ride has pictures of Storm on the outside.
Did you say you?
So I think this might be the craziest looking ride at the fair. It's called the Equinox. And you're on a big arm that lifts up off the ground. And it looks like it's starting pretty gentle. I'm guessing it does not stay gentle. Up, they're going higher into the air now. Higher, okay, you're getting close to vertical. Yep, now you are almost completely vertical and pretty high up. It's a weird looking ride. Oh, now you're spinning while high up. Oh, that would not be for me. No. Oh no. No, 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 no. Moving at pretty good speed is the Orbiter. I imagine this probably looks really cool at night. I love the big spinning icon in the middle. This might sound dumb, but I really like how shiny this zero gravity ride is. Like, this one is definitely mesmerizing to watch. Like I'm getting hypnotized. This roller coaster is called Iron Dragon, much like the suspended roller coaster at Cedar Point. And it's a pretty good sized traveling fair ride. Actually, the cars look really cool. They look like they are indeed little dragons, so that is neat. See if we can catch it as it comes around here. Spinning around at a pretty good speed here is Downdraft. That's it. That's a fun noise. A fairground staple, the big Ring of Fire, the Larson Looper. Not my personal favorite. Always a fan of the Star Flyer. Let's see what's going around here in the fair circle. This is a fun house. A 4-story fun house themed around New York. I love this thing you exit in. That's wacky looking. I also think my favorite detail is the Nathan's hot dog, like you would have on a hot dog stand umbrella. There are lots of cars running around the Wild Mouse, or as they call it here, the Crazy Mouse. It's a spinning roller coaster and a pretty impressive size ride for a traveling fair. Also, very impressive capacity that they're running this many trains. One of my absolute favorite at the fair. The zipper. I absolutely love this ride. It's so wild. This is one, if I have like 7 more beers, I might make Molly go on at like 6 p.m. Now, if you want to ride in the rides here, tickets are $1, and a lot of the big rides are 7 tickets. Normally the fairground haunts are always terrible, but man, this one's really impressive. It has 2 different levels to it.
And I like the cars and the
Yeah.
cauldron dude. Like, is he a goblin? Wish?
I think it's a witch, I would guess. But yeah, this is a really impressive one.
Oh, she moves!
There we go. The slow movement makes it even more terrifying. And I love how the ride's on 2 different levels. So I couldn't resist, just went for a spin on the Haunted Castle. And actually, as far as like traveling fair dark rides go, not bad.
And there's water at the entrance.
Yeah. A lot of animatronics in there. I will tell you, if you go on the rides before 1 p.m., you do save $1 per ride. This Funhouse has probably a bit of a questionable theme, but it's some fun moving parts. If you want to go from one side of the fair to the other, you can take the Sky Ride, which is $6 one way, or $10 round trip. Definitely looks like a much older Sky Ride system, as you can see some of the cars passing there. But like a lot of things at the fair, it does get very popular, and that would be the line. Another staple, where you get these classic Scrambler Scissor Ride. Going around is the Alpine Bombs. Not one of the faster versions of this ride I've seen. I think it's slowing down to stop. Area 51 Top Secret is their Gravitron. The bumper cars are themed to the crash test dummies.
That's great. Like test track.
The original test track, not Tron track.
Not Tron.
I also really like this ride going around here. That's the Rock Star. The Magic Maze. It's kind of a simple mirror maze. There's some funhouse mirrors on top. Now, I believe this is an institution here at the fair. The Haunted House, this big pink walk-through haunt. It's $5 per person. I think about 5-6 minutes to go through.
Anybody else, folks? Time to go.
I really liked it, actually. The sets were good. Lots of actors in there. And if you're scared of haunted houses, it's not overly scary. For the best view of the fair, there is a space tower you can go up for $5. And we are now up on the Sky Tower. Really cool view, $5 to come up. See Minneapolis off in the distance. Oh, there's the stadium where the Vikings play. It's over there. Sky Ride. The big grandstand. Giant Ferris wheel. There we go. Cool view up here. We didn't come in that gate, but that gate looks neat. For $5, there was a crazy maze on one side of the fair. For $4, you can ride the giant slide, kind of in the dead center of the fair, right by the grandstand. For $5, you can ride the Yield Mill. About a 5-minute dark ride, and it's a very dark ride indeed. There's like 4 scenes where you go past like plywood cutouts. The rest of it, yeah.
Pigs.
The rest
Can't
of it,
give away the rest.
no. The rest of it, you're just in like pitchback tunnels.
Yeah.
And one of the best parts about a fair is the food and the drink. We're going to start our food and drinks adventure here at Lulu's Public House, which has a giant line. Word of advice, giant line out front. The lines on the side are not as bad, so go to the lines on the side. And here we go. This is our haul from Lulu's. The Minnesota State Fair on their website. And they also have maps at the information booth that tell you all the new food items. So we got cheesecake curds with a strawberry dipping sauce.
I love cheesecake.
And then we got this, a fruity milk biscuit.
I also love biscuits.
And this has like a Fruity Pebbles dough in it. And then the beer here sounds really good as well. We got a honey raspberry wheat, and then one of the State Fair's specialties, a strawberry fool. Some thoughts on the food here at Lulu's. The biscuit's really weird.
It is.
It definitely feels like you're eating a weird version of Fruity Pebbles. Mm-hmm. The cheesecake curds are
amazing. It melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Cheesecake. Oh, get those.
And the strawberry beer is fantastic. In the back of Lulu's, there's a different beer stand. We got the orange honey blossom mead.
It tastes like mead.
Yeah, and mead's not really my jam. Our next stop is the Blue Barn. At the Blue Barn, we got the hot honey cheese sticks, which are fried halloumi cheese, and then like a hot butter kind of sauce on top. We also got their Butter Together beer, which is kind of like a butterscotch beer. It's actually very tasty. Currently in the Frontier Saloon, which is just an adorable venue. An adorable venue with a great beer selection. I got the Blackberry Bramble Ale. But I might have to come back. Look how cute the pistachio cream ale is. There's another bar and restaurant named Toasters.
And I love these seats.
I know. You can sit in the tilt-a-whirl and people watch. And they've got a craft beer shack. All sorts of old-timey amusement park stuff. Live music. There's a million good-sounding food items here. We can't possibly eat them all in one day. But man, a deep-fried banana split.
That sounds pretty amazing.
I like how the big pepper booth seems like something right out of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
It does. And deep.
Here's one I didn't think I was going to see at the fair. Scotch eggs on a stick. Found my way back to the Craft Shack at the Coasters area because I had to get the Tropical IPA as well as the Purpleberry Shandy, which is an exclusive for the fair. Molly, this one was hard to pass up, right?
Yes, we got a cheese curd with chicken, bacon, ranch lettuce, and of course cheese curds.
This one might be the most Minnesota of all the food booths. Another very interesting food item, Australian battered potatoes. This is another one that I really have not seen at too many fairs. And those look good. They're kind of like giant McDonald's hash browns, but much tastier. Now there is a deal at the fair. $2 all you can drink milk.
And not things you see at most fairs.
So it's famous for food on a stick, but here at Summit Brewing Company, you can get beer on a stick. So for $11, you get 3 7-ounce beers and a souvenir paddle to carry them with. This is a food item I definitely wanted at the fair. It is a deep fried pie, but the pie is filled with cookie dough.
And the ice cream cinnamon.
This food booth is the Charcoal Hut, and it smells fantastic. But I'm putting them on the camera because I love the model. Their little man, their little French fry man. All right, here we go into the food building. The food building is kind of overwhelming. Lots of really, really cool booths. But we're on a day when it's like 85 degrees and it is like probably 95 in the food building. A few years back, Molly and I went to Sweden and we really enjoyed it. One day, pretty sure we had meatballs for like 4 meals. So wanted to go ahead and grab one of these. I'm a sucker for neon signs, and all these people are in line for the mousetrap cheese curds.
It's a cute sign.
Yes, and you can get like a bucket of cheese curds for $20. I feel like this is going to be a winner. Sarah's Tasty Pie is made with love and local alcohol. We got the Italian duo dunkers. So one is going to be a sausage, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and a wine pizza sauce. The other one, a chicken, mushrooms, spinach, and a creamy garlic Alfredo sauce. Right now we're here at the Ballpark Cafe. They might have the best beer selection at the entire fair.
They definitely do.
We got a mini donut beer and a cherry rhubarb hard cider. That is a great gimmick for a state fair. As you can see, the John Deere, which does power these old-timey Ice cream machines. That's awesome. Towards the back of the fair, there's a stage where they do lumberjack shows and dog shows. And there's also Giggles Campfire Grill, where I got 2 different craft beers. I got a s'mores beer by Excelsior and a candy apple hard cider by Sociable. This is one of the new foods we had to try. A cheese curd stuffed pretzel.
I waited in line for about 15 minutes, though the line looked way longer.
Yeah, and that's kind of a common theme here at the fair. Like the lines look really, really long and they're not that bad. Their efficiency at this fair is very strong. We grabbed 2 beers here at Annie's Grill, and they're both kind of weird. A pistachio cream ale, and then the chocolate chip cookie beer.
This is the one that I was looking forward to most.
Look at the chocolate chips are in the rim. Both are just kind of okay. I guess we can go check out what's inside the dairy building. The highlight of the dairy building is this here. That man there is sculpting in butter one of the princesses of the fair. So it's like she's getting a caricature, except instead this man is sculpting her out of butter. Now we're on the second day of the fair, but you can see the giant cubes of butter, which will sculpt all the princesses. This is about as state fair as it gets. Well, couldn't pass this one up. For $3, you get a big bacon on the go. You put it in the microwave for 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
And this sounds wonderful. We're in the hotel for like 3 nights, so it's definitely going down. Let's go check out the horticulture building next. All right, let's meet a garden grower. And there's Michael. Much like living with the land at Epcot Center right by our house, there is an aquaponics garden. There are Wizard of Oz characters, and there's a big tree in the middle. It's really very pretty here in the horticulture building. Yeah, definitely take the stroll through the horticulture building. It's very, very pleasant in here. Hey, Molly?
Yes?
Did you know ogres are like onions?
Why onions? Everyone likes a parfait.
There is a second midway area, but this one is all kid-friendly and family-friendly rides. So you can see one of the giant slides, a really fun tower ride, along with a whole bunch of other stuff, including a kid's roller coaster. I believe the tower ride at the fair here is a very, very modern one, like invented in the past couple of years. Like you push the bar to go up, and you drop your bar to go down. Molly, what do you think about this train?
It's adorable, but why is a turtle holding up an elephant? Like, is it a yoga pose that he's trying to do?
It might be, or it's a very strong turtle.
Yeah.
This is a ride I've never really seen before as a kid's ride.
No, you only see it as a dog going really fast.
Yeah, I'm guessing it hasn't been here long if that's still in Swedish. I love that they have an old-timey Ferris wheel, but one for kids. Look at that! Well, this is an adorable kids ride, Willie the Whale. And there is water in there. And look at the whales that go up and down. In the kids section, you'll find Beach Shack, which is honestly a pretty impressive traveling ride. It looks great. So in addition to that antique style sky ride that takes you from one section of the fair to the other, there's also a chairlift, a different ride, because this is a very big fair that takes you from one section of the fair to the other. Something that's kind of interesting is the biggest Ferris wheel at the fair, which is a very large Ferris wheel, is actually in the kids area. Actually, kind of removed. The kids area is over there, and the giant Ferris wheel is over there. But it's not like near the other big rides. There is a giant Coliseum building for sweets and treats, apparel, footwear, western wear, gifts and hats and more. Let's go check this out. Hats. Inside there's a giant arena which currently is home to a cow competition.
Fair, Rowan Bay Hazel out of Douglas County.
If you go inside, but not to the arena area, there's kind of like a flea market type space with lots of things you can buy. I like this. They've got like blueprints, type art prints of all the different like Minnesota stadiums, among other things like toilet paper. There's a booth that sells all sort of cat stuff. My brother loves cats, so this is definitely going under his Christmas tree. The Miracle of Birth Center is the next building. Hopefully going to see some cute newborn animals. There's an area for chickens that are just getting hatched. And you can see like that one's a little bit fluffier there. That one there just popped out of the egg. Definitely something that's cool to watch. Oh, you're pretty cute. In this section, you will also find the rabbits. And look at how cute these rabbits are. Oh my goodness. Look at all the little baby goats. Oh, they're so adorable.
So cute.
Now one of
not
my
as small.
favorite baby animals, baby ducks. Oh my goodness. And little baby sheep, little baby cows, and some of them, like Princess Emma here, is not even 24 hours old. Look at all the baby pigs. There is an adventure park section at the fair, home to the Skyscraper ride. And the Skyscraper ride is very expensive. It is $35, but also pretty wild. You also got a rock climbing, as well as a bungee jump for kids. Also for $35, you can ride the slingshot. Now, if you look on the left side of the screen, you're going to see those springs expanding, and that is what powers this ride. The guests are in the two seats right there, and they're going to get ready to get flung probably a good 150, 200 feet in the air. This seems like a pretty good one. And there they go. Yeah, that's pretty high. All right, let's see what's inside this History and Heritage Center. They do have some historical items from the fair, like this old-timey ticket seller costume from the 1940s. Since the 1960s, the State Fair mascot has been Fairchild, who's a gopher. The fair's been going for a long, long time. The first one was held back in 1859. And yeah, definitely recommend coming in here. The air conditioning is pretty nice, and the exhibits are cool. There's some really cool wooden statues outside of the museum. This was the museum curator. And this gentleman, well, he was just a long-time employee of the fair with his happy dog. Of course, it can't be Minnesota without Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox here at the Minnesota Lottery booth, where if you pay enough money in lottery tickets, you get a free gift. The Minnesota Lottery booth actually has pretty good giveaways, like you get a really nice water bottle or a tape measure or a backpack like I got. You spend $10, so we did that, and I'm walking away with a backpack and $25. It's a good day.
A lot of fun.
There was an area here for the Minnesota, that was a good catch, for the Minnesota Twins, cornhole, a big Minnesota Twins gift shop, and then I love like the T-ball field, complete with the Jumbotron. That's cool.
And the fan.
Yeah.
I give up to singles.
I've got two bags.
Let's go check out the Fairware, which is official like State Fair sportswear gifts and more. Molly, I think we found your favorite right away.
It's a corn dog.
Yep, you can get him as a plushie or on a
He's so
shirt.
cute. I wish I had room for him.
You've got two bags. I made you bring a second bag.
That's true.
Very cool art style on this line of merchandise. Obviously showing up how the fair runs for 12 days. Like the coasters, the giant stemless wine glass. The Minnesota State Fair has a grandstand where they do kind of big name concerts.
Yeah.
But these are not included with the cost of your fare. The different costs, they do change depending on the act.
Like the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, I believe the Dixie Chicks are tonight. And
Chicks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they're it was like $100 or so to go to that concert.
And I like them.
I don't.
Sad.
I don't. Do you $100 like them?
I don't know. We might have to be outside for a few.
That'll work.
songs.
That'll work.
Okay, deal.
Well, it's about 90 degrees out today, so I really don't need to be this close to a fire.
But it's peaceful.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Here at the fair, you can meet the icon himself, Smokey the Bear in costume character form. I believe on our Uber ride here, our driver was listening to this. In one corner of the fair, you will find an International Bazaar area. In the International Bazaar section, as you might expect, there are shops selling stuff from all over the world. Just bought something for my mom for the Irish store, and it's just kind of neat to wander around and see what everyone is selling. The fine folks at Line & Kugels, they're out here giving out free samples during the fair. They also have a big old Line & Kugel beer bar. I'm so jealous of the people in these chairs. By the bandstand, there's a giant sculpture of the mascot of the fair, the gopher. Another attraction of the fair, they have a butterfly house. Not a very tropical looking butterfly house they could pay some money and go into. In one section of the fair, there's a lot of car stuff. Make sure you get a Chevrolet, you can get a free t-shirt. And then I really like the photo op over at Ford because they have a giant Bigfoot.
Is he called something else here? Is it Sasquatch here? I don't know the
I don't know. I'm not sure about it in Minnesota. There is an Eco Experience building. Now inside that building where there's a giant bird and different sections where you can learn all about different things. Also in the building is a giant moose. This is very impressive. There is a booth done as a dine-in theater, complete with old-timey movie, and it looks like minivan kind of seats. We're currently in the West End Market shopping area, and this is a unique store. You can buy 2 taxidermy raccoons in a little canoe for $1,300. Gotta say, this is one I have not seen before. You can buy a taxidermied giraffe head for like $4,000. Look at this giant sign for the We Are Nuts booth. I think Molly's getting a free sample of the maple bourbon nuts. This booth says all sorts of cool metal stuff, like the animals are really neat. You get an awesome Ham's beer sign. You can buy anything at the fair, including all different types of goat milk soap. Also some really cool woodworking stuff. There's a booth selling all sorts of beer shirts. Yeah, more fun stuff from Ham's. The Minnesota Center for Glass Arts is here, doing a live glass art blowing demonstration. And they also have a booth where you can buy some of the stuff. Oh man, you can buy your own blown glass beer horn. Oh yeah. This woodworking booth is awesome. I feel like one of these little $12 mini snowmen could probably come home.
They're awesome.
Look at the bottle stoppers.
Look at the gnomes.
The mini Viking guys. Look at old man gnomes. There's a booth selling machine-aged lamps and other stuff. Like, look at this old car they turned into a bar.
That's awesome.
It is. I don't think I need to spend $4,000 on it, but it is very
There's no
awesome.
place in our house either.
I could go upstairs somewhere.
Maybe.
There's an entire building, a giant building for horses.
They have stables and stables of horses. He's coming over here to say hi. Or maybe eating. But there's so many horses here. Oh, that's not focusing. Oh, one's outside of the stable. Getting let in.
There's an entire building dedicated to sheep. And as you might expect, it is a large building filled with sheep. I like this one because their sheep are sugar and cool royalty. And they're very pretty. And now, the moo booth.
Moo, 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 how they scare me.
The moo booth is very large. And look at these pleasant cows. You wait in line because you can milk a cow.
As a sheep walks by, we're gonna go in the oink booth, which I'm assuming is pigs. They have a baby pig you can pet. He's so cute, and a whole bunch of other pigs over here. We have a mom pig. There's a bunch of baby pigs. They also have sheep in the oink booth.
And that'll do it for our time at the Minnesota State Fair. What a place. Like, that was such a fun day.
It was. So much good food and beers and...
Yeah, I will say some stuff, like, not as much on the attraction side. Like, not a ton to do at the fair. Like, you have to pay $15 if you pay in advance or $18 day of. And I feel like there's not too much at the fair, like... As
The
far as,
ride
like,
selection is a little low, and
the entertainment as well, yeah. Compared to, like, other state fairs. But then, like, other stuff, like the food and the beer, man, like, might be the best state fair for that.
And I've never seen someone getting carved out of butter.
Yes, that's unique. True. Yep. Also, you really enjoyed it because you spent the last hour of the night listening to the Chicks concert outside of the arena.
We did.
Yeah, we grabbed a beer out of the good beer selection and just on a stoop and heard the whole thing. It was really nice. All right, guys. If you have any questions about the Minnesota State Fair, let us know in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching.